At least we get a nice little fairy on our shoulder. No one else has that, we're just that special. Hey, welcome back to more ReFantazio. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we entered the Grand Mausoleum, or the Royal Mausoleum, or whatever it's called, trying to get to the Grand Cathedral, and a bunch of stuff. Lots of grandness out here in the entirety of the world, and yeah, I can hear Maria's pain covered as Fabian comforts her. Things ain't exactly going great right now. Grace, to think that he's gone. I wish I could have thanked him. We owe him for leading us to a real night. I confess I was relieved to see his highness, though he's certainly grown since I knew him, and I wish we'll all have a due rest and prepare for tomorrow. To finish Alsace's fight is a grand undertaking. We cannot fail him. Yeah, we picked up Hulkenberg last time. We'll get into the night in a bit.
Really? What exactly do you have against sleep?
I saw it all unfold. An ally became a friend, and he awakened to your power. But his path was cut short. It is all too easy to forget the fragility of life, until the tragedy of its loss. Yet, I feel his efforts were not in vain. He never turned from his fears and worries, unflinching to the last. Just as the lives of old heroes are passed down through their tales, so too will his heart. You have inherited the story of an unsung revolutionary and all its power. Yet be warned, such power rarely awakens without trials. Even should you overcome them, your virtues will be tested time and time again. You must carry on, honing your archetypes and heart with painful sincerity. That is the first step towards changing the world. I have faith in you. Forgive me. There's one more important thing. You can visit as long as you have the calm and time to open a book. But when threats lurk nearby, we may not always have the luxury of attention undivided. And danger is an inconvenience so often encountered, of course. As such. A smart-looking fellow, isn't he? There's a special magic igniter embedded in his collar, too. Much as I'd like to join you in person, I cannot. I can, however, send his consciousness in my place. If you see him in places of battle, do stop to pet him, won't you? You'll find him a most helpful companion. If you would survive the trials to come, think not only of the powers you know, but how they might be combined. Now, until we meet again.
What?
Something is amiss. Is the spell broken? Was the underground crystal been shattered? No, surely not this quickly. So this couldn't possibly.
No matter.
No matter. Trivial, all of it. More importantly. Rather complicated sealing spell, but I'll see its workings. Breaking it will only be a matter of time. So close to the hold of the royal scepter. The plan is near its fruition, and the calamity draws ever closer. I'm not gonna do a laugh. That's one thing I need to work on with my voice acting, is for just, in general, is fake laughter. Voice acting laughter, whatever.
Sorry.
I apologize that we've commandeered your home. Think nothing of it. This is my fight, too. You're going for that man at the cathedral, aren't you? Yes, surely for the delay of calamity he's warned us about. I don't know what he's plotting, but I want nothing more than to foil it. A tragedy that will rather conjure of its future come to pass, not only for the prince, but for Grace as well. One last matter. I'm yet unused to the strange power. When we take the field again, I would look to you for another for orders. Will, you seem best suited to the task. That is the role we've been serving thus far, yes?
It'll be alright.
No objections here. So you got me out of plenty of nasty situations. I agree. You're up for that, Will? Alright, I suppose. Me leads to victory.
True.
Suppose that'll make you our captain. Fitting title for a company's technical authority, no? I guess, but it sounds so formal. I don't know if I can get used to calling that. That's when we return to the cathedral. This is the final say, but we'd better be served by prudence for the haste. We'd be... whatever. Right, let's make sure you're ready for this. Galka, it's time to go. You give us the word. Got it. Stay calm, everyone. You can do this.
Let's focus.
We have 10 days to do the Necromancer takedown. And it's very similar to... I guess, like, I was thinking, isn't Grand Tragic huge? It's running around from end to end. It must be so tiring. Thinking, you got his highest sword, right? Do something cool with it. You said the sword forged magic. No magic, I think you make it float. What the prince used to do, remember? Let's give it a try. Picture levitating and see if you can stand on it. I'm gonna be honest, I forget this exists. First thing we need to do is head to the Grand Cathedral. You can, like, skateboard on the sword, but I always forget that's a thing.
Can't see a single.
What should I do? I cannot buy the medicine that my sick doctor needs. Medicine, is that expensive? Yes, it is, to put it more accurately. Costs more than what we're studying in the city is capable of earning. My daughter won't be long for this world if I can't get my hands on this medicine. My heart aches to see her so racked by cough.
Yeah.
I thought about it. Still top priority, but it shouldn't take up too much time to squeeze in a quick shouting trip and help him out.
You there?
That'd be ridiculous. I'm starting to treat you poorly, but people here hate the elder even more. And that all the elder are anathema to sanctus. The medicine can be purchased at a church by the top to do business with you. Let's try. It's respiratory medicine called the breath of fresh air. It's the old St. Firmus Church. I'm hesitant to get my hopes up, but should you somehow obtain it, please bring it to me. Where should we? On Sunland Mayo Street. I think it sells the medicine.
Give it a shot.
Very easy quest. We'll get us some tolerance and a rusted accessory. Of course, we can get different side quests all over the place. A lot of side quests. I think, well, there's very few side quests that don't have time limits to them. So we'll want to always follow in with those. Again, this is very similar to Persona, where we have a certain amount of days that we can have to take care of everything. And it's generally recommended you try to take care of them as quickly as possible, or at the very least, in just one run. I'm worrying about what's so running through, but I can't stop thinking about Greece. Ever see Maria's room with Fabian's face? I just can't shake the guilt. I'm relieved to hear you say it. We live beside him a short time, but we lost our lives together. But memories are valuable. Knowing that rescue still became our ally. Still took us under his wing. There's something of my late father in him. He's a man who put family first and a country close second. They were not lot thing alike. Still, I mustn't dwell on it. Guess we want us to focus on what's ahead. You would be right.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah, let go, someone. You, of course, but I won't go near the Grand Cathedral if I were you. I said that Luis, you know the bloke. He's saying his private army to occupy. His fancy losing your life. I won't get tangled up with that lot. I apologize for making you shoulder the burden of captaincy. If you have the strength the title demands, I trust you will do well. Gonna leave the Grand Cathedral in its current state. Shall we be off to it?
I see.
Not tarry over long then. Yeah, we ain't quite ready for all that.
What now?
What we are quite ready for is switching Stroll back to the warrior, mainly for the Dragon's Indignation. Very strong sword for us, especially at this point in time. And we can go into the Knight a little bit. I don't think I went to it last time. Pretty sure not. The Knight is your main tank class. It is weak to electric, but electric is fairly uncommon. So it's not really a huge deal. Knight's Proclamation is kind of your main thing that you have with it. It's basically, it's a taunt. Forces enemies to target you. Bosses can generally avoid this. Multi-hit moves, of course, don't really matter for it. And they just take less damage overall. Guard Lore is really useful overall. Ironclad Bond is really nice. And yeah. First Aid is a solid heal. Actually, First Aid is actually really good. It can only be used outside of combat, but it's very cheap. It's only about, I believe, 2 MP cost for some really nice, for some pretty solid healing. Especially if you buff it to, or move it over to a class that has more magic. Really helpful. Shield Arts is a nice bludgeon. Bludgeon is actually pretty useful, I've found. We can also now see our syntheses and what we can all use from this class. Jump Thrust is really nice. Jump Thrust is medium pierce damage to an enemy. But the main thing is that it'll lower the enemy's defense, which is really nice. As we can see on the bottom, it requires us to have someone in the party that is either a warrior, brawler, or berserker. Of course, we don't have the latter two. So, since we have Stroll, it's something we can use. Protect Guard is a nullify any melee attack. Magic Guard is an elemental attack for the entire row as opposed to just one ally. And Hammer of Justice is heavy damage and will force a weakness to pierce. It's pretty nice. Round Slash is a weak physical attack to all enemies. It's useful. AoE is in pretty short supply for a long time, so Round Slash becomes a very good move, but it costs quite a lot. Bamboo Splitter is heavy damage and will basically refund you, well, halfway refund you on a killing blow. Pretty nice. Peerless Stone Cleaver, rare one that actually needs 2 different allies. Severe damage to an enemy, same thing as Bamboo Splitter. As for the healer, Mahama is a light magic to all enemies. Medica is medium HP to all allies. And then Magical Injection will nullify a status ailment. That one's the most situational of them all, so yeah. Now, on the mini-map we can see right now, when just right over his head, we can see a nice little handy thingy. Throughout the world, we'll see different people who have the ability to raise your royal virtues, which will show up right now. 5 different virtues for us: Courage, Wisdom, Tolerance, Eloquence, and Imagination. Courage is pretty easy to get, relatively speaking. It can be in pretty high supply. The other 4 are a little bit more difficult to get. Wisdom is probably, shoot, which one is it? Wisdom, I think it's Wisdom and Tolerance are both really useful. I believe it's Wisdom that you really want to focus on first. Tolerance is a pretty close second that you want to get up pretty high. So, yeah. It's useful to have these sorts of things in mind.
Hey!
You hear that? It sounds like craft pain somewhere nearby. You haven't even disclosed. My stomach is killing me. We have 11, so yeah. Thank you.
You saved me.
It'd be better you're a con one, even though they pay no mind to packers like me, but you. Help me. Take this as thanks. Unless you make the man so happy, hope he gets better. Yeah, pretty basic stuff there. Just a nice injection of a Hero's Incense. Hero's Incense is 100, or 100? Yeah, 100 experience. We'll go rush along over.
Is this it?
Make our way over. Got another guy who's a bit fussed. Don't bloody know. Can't believe he's not gonna go to the Mausoleum. It's not like I can go searching unless that necromancer's caught. Ah, the nobles. You nailed it. You don't work for Louise, do you? Whatever. Anything suspicious, I'll send you straight to the gallows, you hear me? Let's see you try. That's what I say. If we have anything, if we have nothing to gain, everything to lose, if we start making fights. I might as well go and talk about the King's Rock, or whatever it's actually called. A Coronation Rock, that's what it is. Just what about? Can we take a look and be on our way? Stone created by royal magic. They appear in the giant stone in King's eyes. They may also appear here.
Yeah?
So we have here. First up is Ford. It appears loose second, then, what's this? There's some other smaller faces too, but I don't recognize any of them. Don't tell me when it goes from here, though. It's pretty uncharted territory for us. Thou who just become king, look as if his people support, great custodian of their anxieties. And with this monumental stone will feelings gather as magma. To thee, by thy daily standing accumulated, will by which thy growth is empowered, this magma is hence whatever. Basically, we can. I don't think we can see it. But kind of just as we play through the game, we'll be able to kind of pick up a nice little bank of magma. Of course, how much we get, we'll get, further. We'll get higher and higher as we go through the game. So, yeah. If we can just continue back along over to
Heading out?
the Grand Cathedral.
Hey,
Don't forget, here's Ariane's. Here, this Ariane's thread is for you. You need to return to the entrance in Flash is a must-have. And when you find yourself in a tight spot, so don't go exploring with that one. Look for general stores.
I'll definitely.
Just entrust these things to us. Just make good enough promise. That's all I want. For now, we need to deal with that necromancer. We must stop him.
Onward.
Let's go after him. Can't let the royal scepter fall into his hands.
Got it.
what do you think?
And then to go then.
Let us hurry.
We'll get into more detail about what sort of things we can do throughout the days, but
Hey.
yeah. I probably should read this. This doesn't matter throughout, but at least their attempts to ambush have failed us. What else is this? We don't have time to be feeling sorry. Gotta take the opportunity to do what we can. Make sure the Grace's death wasn't in vain. I know. Let's proceed. I'll get into more details about what we can fully do in general, like with our day later on. Because, well, still is a little bit
What?
not chafed. There's some word I'm looking for. Held back by dungeon exploring.
Ow! Oh, jeez. What's going on here? Did someone get here before us? Of all the places.
You lot thought it was safe to come this way. This really isn't the time to pay your respects. No easy way to say it, but this place, I don't know, it ain't right. There's dead folk shambling about. And that's after I cleaned house. Don't say I didn't warn you, eh? I'm off then.
Wait. Is it your intention to enter the Grand Cathedral?
How do you know it connects down here?
Because we're the ones who cleared the path. But I assume we'll meet more resistance inside. I beg your pardon, but are you not injured? Shouldn't you consider turning back?
Oh, I'm sorry, boss. Did I need your permission? I've got my own reasons.
At the very least, you need to stop and get those wounds treated.
I can't do that. My friend's trapped in there. And the soldier that went in to rescue her hasn't come back. I can't just sit and do nothing.
Then we will rescue her.
Hey, wait! Before you go making promises like that.
No, now that we know about this, we must act to save these people.
What's your game exactly?
We simply won't stand by and let someone in your condition walk into peril.
I don't believe you. You're hiding something. Some other reason you're willing to help with Paracus.
Believe what you like, but we're going to the top of the cathedral regardless. Is it not the wiser course to let us do as we've promised than to risk your life charging ahead?
Fine. Even I can see sense in that. My friend's a Paracus girl, about my age, with a yellow flower pin in her black hair. You'll know her when you see her. If you bring her back safe, I'll repay you. I swear.
This one's important.
A friend in need. A Parapus one wants me to find her friend who was left behind in Regal's Grand Cathedral. I have to do this anyway, so.
Oh, come on.
You're too nice, you know that? I'm worried too. Hope we find her fast. We're a real stand-still.
Oh.
She must be waiting for help to come, so please find her quick as you can. So, yeah. We've actually seen this girl around. I pointed her out a couple times. So hopefully we can go and find that friend. But again, it's something we have to do on our way through anyways. So, yeah. Continue our way up the Grand Cathedral. I forgot there were wolves here.
Very impressive.
Bonk all y'all. And... sure.
Alright.
Getting in was easier than I thought. The locals are patrolling the area. How strange. There's less resistance this way, but not this. Have they not enough soldiers?
Oh well.
And the case works out better for us. Capturing the necromancer isn't our only goal here anymore. Let's save the hostages while security still lacks. Check out what's inside.
Strange.
In a single century, how have they distributed their troops? And... okay. I'm actually going to switch to mage. Oh, okay. I'll show off
There they are.
this before we end things off. If you would. please get attacked. This is a blue Elementa. Because it's blue, we want to use fire. Ooh. That's... cover from...
I stand ready. Oh, power of heroes. Right there.
It's okay.
I want to retry.
Try some of this.
Elementa are pretty rare enemies. They'll show up every so often. They are very tanky. And, ooh, that's good. They're very tanky, and they will run away after a single turn that they're allowed to actually move. So, you want to kill them. You get a guaranteed unscathed triumph, which would do some. They're pretty good for your. They're just in general good enemies for grinding.
What now?
Just because they happen to be very strong, or they give you good rewards in grinding sorts of fields. But with all that, that'll do it for this time. And next time, we'll really start going through and exploring the cathedral. But until then, see you guys later.